Hello everyone, Haven here, and I am back with one of those update videos. I made one a few weeks back in which I talked a lot about how my health had been developing during the year. Because the channel had grown so much since I last talked about it, I think there were a lot of people who just didn't know about it. And actually, let me just start off by thanking you so much for just everything. The reactions I received were so full of support, full of love, full of energy, and I was in a pretty dark place since I had received so bad news at the time. And when I read everything all of you wrote to me, both here and in personal messages and all like that, it really helped in bringing me back up. So thank you a lot. Really thank you. And this update video will focus a bit more on the future, how my treatments will look and how that will affect the channel and what my plans are for it and all of that. So I am actually starting a new chemotherapy treatment today. And I have actually not been on chemo since March, so what you can expect is the treatments will be every 3 weeks, and after each one of those, I'm going to have a week to 10 days where I'm going to be much less productive, not at all active on social media, and if I get around to create something during this period, the quality will be affected. But I'm going to continue to use Twitter to update you and let you know when these things happen. But now I'm letting you know here on YouTube that my first treatment starts today, and if you want further updates, follow me on Twitter and you can get it there. So, a lot of you might have noticed that I used to make one video every week and now I am making 3 or 4 all of a sudden. And the reason for that is quite simple. To make a long story short, I have not been able to work for a few weeks because of my health and, well, basically I found it more stimulating to make videos than just playing the game with my microphone turned off. And my treatment is going to continue for about half a year, and during this time, except the weeks right after chemo, you can expect me to be a lot more active than I used to be. And in my last video, I asked you if you were okay with me doing content about other games than WoW, and almost every one of you were really supportive about this. Now, my intention was never to stop focusing on the World of Warcraft as my main content. It is still by far my favorite game, despite Warlords of Draenor, and that's what I want this channel to be about, but I want to be able to branch out a bit on the side and especially do the evolution videos about other games that I think could make for really enjoyable content. But World of Warcraft will always be my main focus, and now, with Legion coming, at the same time that I'm starting all of these new treatments, I am still going to stick with just WoW for the time being. But when I eventually bring in some branched out evolution videos, I really hope you will enjoy them. But this is basically what you can expect from me. I get so much enjoyment out of this channel by interacting with all of you and all of the great YouTubers in the WoW community. This really is like therapy for me, and I am so thankful for each and every one of you out there, and I definitely won't stop making content. Right now I have 3 series that I'm actively working on. There's the evolution videos, which I try to release at least once every month, because they take a lot of time, a lot of research, and often I have to dig up footage from so many different versions of WoW, not to mention going through BlizzCon panels and Q&As and interviews and all that. So if I can get one out every month, I'm happy. So to fill the gap, I started making the live exploration series, which been received very well, and I have a lot of fun making them, and it's also nice to have one more recurring series which is narrated. But of course, a lot of people still want the old style where I just use text and music, and I actually don't want to stop making videos like that either. So that is why I always keep the How It Really Looks series as it is, with music and text, no voice. So anyway, these are the 3 series that I have going now that you can expect to find on a regular basis in the future as well. And every now and then I'm going to make a video that doesn't really fall into one of these 3 series. For instance, it could be a revisit of something I did in the past, like the recent Flying and Silvermoon remake. But I am also working on a few videos now that are leaning a bit more towards discussion videos, just to be able to do some different things every now and then to keep the work on the channel interesting. One of these are actually already uploaded, and I will publish it in a day or 2, just so the channel won't go completely silent while I recover from the chemo. So now you know what's going on right now and what to expect in the future, and I really thank you for listening. If you're still here, I have one last thing. Quite a few people have been reaching out to me asking if there is a way for them to support me by crowdfunding, donating money, stuff like that. That's not something that I have considered in the past, but since I've gotten the requests, I have just opened up a Patreon page. But before you even consider donating, there's a few things that I want to make clear. First of all, since I live in Sweden, I don't have any piles of medical bills stacking up or something like that, so I'm not heading headfirst into financial ruin. Second of all, I would never want anyone to feel obligated to donate, and I would never ever expect anyone to even do it. I will be incredibly grateful, absolutely, and I would be sure to use it to be able to improve the content that I make and bring back to you. But the thing is, if my intentions were to get as many views as possible, get as many subscribers as possible, or get as much money as possible, my uploads would not look like this. they would look like this. And I really want you to know that I don't expect you to support me by giving me money. As long as you support me by watching and enjoying my videos, even though they are not outrageous top 10s with red arrows and sexy rogues, then you are already doing enough. But the Patreon will be there for those that still want to, but since I am on sick leave and offering tiers would be classified as working, which I'm not allowed to do, at the moment I can really only offer one tier despite what you would be donating, and that is a genuine and sincere thank you. But anyway, this is all the updates I have for now. Expect me to be a bit less active now the first days, and as soon as I feel better from the chemo, I have a bunch of videos that I will finish up and upload. But until then, thanks for all the support and take care.